What is happening with Wendy Williams? Is she suffering from a mental illness, dementia, or is she caught like a prisoner trapped in a highly restrictive conservatorship where people are just trying to make money off Wendy Williams? Joining me an all-star panel to make sense of what we know tonight, you were just hearing from our friends at the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1 when Wendy called in. Straight out to a special guest joining us, it's James Vituska. He is joining us as a senior U.S. showbiz reporter at dailymail.com. James, you have been in touch with not only Wendy herself, but her son. First of all, explain to me what is being alleged about her mental state. I know Wendy. She has invited me onto her show many, many times, and I find this very hard to believe.
Nancy, what's being alleged is that, she's incapable of caring for herself, and she's not, medically able to just kind of live her life as, on her own, under her own terms. And, actually, I spoke to Wendy in October, and this is, prior to, a lot of the reporters that have spoke to her. And I was instantly surprised at how normal she sounded. During our conversation, it was about 20, 30 minutes long, and she was very coherent. She remembered things that, from her past and specific details. We talked about Diddy. She remembered exact locations, and it didn't seem any different than the Wendy that, that we're used to seeing on TV. She sounded a little bit, sad, but she has all the right to be. And during the time, and, during our conversation, she even gave a, how you doing, so it was really shocking to see, all of the what kind of came about after that in November, with all these people speaking out about her dementia and everything like that, because I just didn't get that impression. I'm not a doctor, but from our conversation for about 20, 30 minutes, I was like, she sounds so normal, and I told my editor this, and I was like, are we sure this is, she's like, are you sure this is Wendy? I'm like, no, it's Wendy. And like, her voice stick out anywhere. So yeah, it was
Okay, that's really odd, James, because I had the very same experience the last time Wendy kindly invited me onto her program. As a matter of fact, predating that, Wendy invited me on her program to announce this, Crime Stories. I went on and announced it, that it was happening, and that we were launching it with Wendy, right? So, and then the last time I was with her, I had the very same experience that you're talking about, completely lucid. I don't know, I'm just having a hard time, but we're lay people. What do we know? You're a Hollywood reporter, I'm a trial lawyer, we're not doctors, but we can see, right? Watch this.
Costume contest, we do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
Williams' health issues become apparent in the later years of The Wendy Williams Show. Williams has always been open about her cocaine addiction in the 80s and 90s, which she overcame with no treatment. The host also diagnosed with Graves' disease, which causes hyperthyroidism. In 2017, Williams passes out during a taping of the show, and in the following years fills months of several seasons with guest host due to struggles with her health issues.
You were earlier seeing a clip from the official Wendy Williams show. Joining me, as I said, an all-star panel in addition to James Vituska from Daily Mail. I want to go now to Dr. John Delatorre, renowned psychologist, mediator, specializing in forensic psychology. Dr. Delatorre, if she is not mentally impaired, and that's probably the wrong phraseology for it, then somebody's in a whole heap of trouble. Okay, this is bringing back all of the memories of the Free Britney movement, and whether you like watching her twirl around naked on Insta or not, her life choices that many people may not approve of, I don't care one way or the other, about her life choices does not mean that she is mentally incapacitated and needs a conservator. Just because you don't like what she does, that means nothing, okay? Only a shrink, not the church lady, is set to make that decision. Same thing here. But I've got an issue, Dr. John Delatorre. All we know about is Graves' disease combined with past drug use, and saying cocaine, well, that's kind of euphemistic. It was crack. Crack. Wendy was a crack addict, and look how she overcame it and what she became.